If you look around Louisville, you've got all these bars and restaurants, tasting rooms and distilleries crowding together to show off Kentucky's signature liquid. It's spirits here, and it is based entirely on bourbon. The bourbon business is booming overseas. You've got Kentucky exporting some $450 million worth of whiskey last year. That's a 23% increase over the year before. And in China, American whiskey doubled its market share over 5 years to 9%. It's really chipping away at Scotch whiskey's dominance. Brown-Forman, which owns Woodford Reserve, Jack Daniels, and others, says China plays an important role in its growth plans. Smaller distillers are also trying to break into overseas markets. And if they take a hit, so do the grain farmers, the glass and barrel makers, and the tourism operators here.
Kentucky bourbon is really the last true Kentucky signature industry, and it's holding this state up. And when you start tariffing it, when you start, taking away jobs and hurting it from being exported to Spain, to the United Kingdom, to Mexico, to Canada, to wherever, you're essentially, gut punching the state of Kentucky.
I mean, essentially now with these Chinese tariffs, it means that 65% of American whiskey exports are now subject to retaliatory tariffs, Becky.
Yes, I've heard over the years that it's been harder and harder to produce enough of the bourbon just because it takes so long to age in the barrels. Is the impact there? Is it going to be felt at this point, or is it some time before you'll see this kind of ripple through?
It's interesting that you bring that up, because a distiller yesterday told me, look, we're planning for what the demand is going to be 6 years from now. And so when you see a sudden trajectory of demand, it's hard to get the oak barrels that we need to make this actually bourbon and not just whiskey, that to produce enough corn, to make the glasses, to bottle it. And so what they're planning for now is what? Are people going to stop buying bourbon in China? If you've got a $5,000 bottle of bourbon and have it with a 25% tariff, would you still be willing to pay $6,250 for the same? The simple answer is they just don't know how to plan for it, and the uncertainty itself is causing a lot of anxiety.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.